Hey guys, Kev here, and I have some knives to show you. So these are 3 knives I picked up from White Mountain Knives as giveaway knives. And I did have like 5, and I have more on the way. So I think I should do a video when I get these, because basically what's happening is, and big shout out to White Mountain Knives, guys. They're allowing me to buy some of the knives they have a good stock of. So knives that maybe didn't sell great. But I'm able to pick them up at a discounted rate so that I can give them away to you guys. So it helps the channel, obviously, a lot that they let me do that. They still, cover their costs or whatever, but it helps a lot. And for you guys who watch the live streams, you get a chance to win knives almost every time, which is really cool, right? So I haven't done a video showing them really, at least not the last batch. I think I went over them in a live stream, obviously, so I have, done it on camera, but I wanted to do a dedicated video just looking at them. I really don't even know what these look like except this one, so we can start with that. This is a Petrified Fish. You can see Lewis's name is on here, Addicted to Knives. He won this last night on a live stream I did with Stevie Wonder Woman. And Lewis is a local guy, so I'm going to be able to just hand this to him probably instead of having to ship it. He has some of my knives, and we need to meet up anyway. So, yeah. Let's check this thing out. This is the Petrified Fish PF E02 GA, which I guess is gray. And it's sort of a front flippery type deal. It's pretty cool. You got the Petrified Fish sort of PF right there. It is a front flipper, and I really like this blade. It's very thin stock. Well, it's pretty thin, and it's just a full flat grind, and it just feels really thin down at the edge. So I just think this is going to be a great cutter. We can test it, obviously, on some paper here. It's a front flipper only. That's really the only downside to this thing. Yeah, it's got a good edge. It's not as, doesn't feel as thin as I thought it would, but it's still really thin. Oops. Okay, I am a maniac. So, let me get a little more light in here. There we go. Hate when it... Yeah, well, too bad. No more light. Sorry. Should be enough. You can see the scales pretty well. But yeah, it's a front flipper only. Great ergonomics. I mean, I have a large glove size hand, and this fits, like, I get a full grip on it. You get a good spot right here to land on the spine. No jimping, but I guess right here, but you don't really feel it at all. And you don't need it up here. It feels really good in hand. This is actually a really good knife. I'm not sure if this was a popular model or not. I'm not sure if it has a name of some kind, but this is one of the better little front flippers I've handled. It's definitely, in my opinion, better than the Civivi ones I've seen, like the McKenna and I had a McKenna and the Lazar, I think it's called. I think it looks better, and it's just, man, this feels really good in hand. And then you can kind of pinch grip it and get right there to that tip, because it's sort of a, I don't know, what would you call this? It's not a warnie, but it's close. I guess it's just a drop point, because it has a little belly up to the tip. Interesting blade shape, but it works really well. You could get down and use that tip. For me personally, right, using it for shipping labels, I could see it being an absolute dream for that. Yeah, the action's really good. You got steel liners in there, full liners. It drops to your nail, smooth shakedown. These budget companies are absolutely killing it these days. There is a hole in the blade, but you can't get to it. At least I can't. I don't think anybody's gonna, I can't even get into it to like slow roll it out. So I think you're kind of stuck with this front flipper. One negative is it doesn't jump all the way around. See that? And if you miss it, it's probably going to hurt up here. But D10 is dialed pretty well. Yeah, I really like this one. So that's the, I guess I can leave them out and then put them away at the end. That's the, PF E02 GA. Okay. Petrified Fish. Put that guy up here. Next up, we have Kubey KU2101F in yellow, 14C, 28N, and G10. I don't even remember looking at this. Jeez. I think I did pull these out on a live stream, if I remember correctly. So here you go. It's got these interesting kind of lines and circles, sort of cool pattern. Sort of like it's yellow G10, but it kind of looks a little bit greenish. Not really. It's kind of like an opaque yellow, I guess you'd call it. It's not like a bright yellow, if that makes sense. You do have a fuller there. We'll see if it's usable in any way. It's going to be D2, and it's a satin, which... Oh, no, 14C. Shit. Almost cut myself. 14C, which is awesome if it's a satin. Yeah, 14C scratch is easy, but, I mean, it's better than having this in D2, right? Action is absolutely incredible. It is a Tiguous design, which is cool. He is a pretty prevalent designer these days. He's worked with CMB. He's worked with Tucson, Kubey. I don't know if he works with anybody else. You can kind of get into that fuller. Oh, yeah. You can flick that bad boy out. Now, we do have finger grooves. For me, it fits pretty well. Not a perfect lineup, but it's pretty good. And I can choke up kind of onto this circular flat right here. And then it does kind of lock me into those finger grooves. There is some jimming, but that's more for the front flipper. You can ride up to here. Again, nice spine on here. Nice edge again. We can get some paper. Oh, yeah. That 14C is dialed in perfectly. Yeah, again, these budget companies are just freaking killing it one after another. I mean, watch this. Drops. I mean, this is out of the box. Like, just perfect, you know? This tip looks a little wonky. See that? Tip has a little bit of a kink to the tip there. I don't know if that means anything. Let's see if we can zoom in on it and you can get a better look at it. See what I'm saying? That little, I don't know if that means anything grind wise. It's just a very prevalent tip, very pointy tip, so to speak. Here's the scales again. You can see what I'm saying about the color, right? You see right there, it's kind of like see-through. It's almost like it's JG10 is what I'm getting at, but it's yellow instead of the greenish color. You get the Kubey clip, which I have to say now is not... It's probably my least favorite out of the budget deep carry clips. I mean, even Petrified Fish does it better because they fully seat everything. Look at that. Perfect. Kubey does not seat the clip. They seat the... they countersink the screws. And what they do that... what they don't do that other companies do is they don't give you enough clearance. You see the height on the clip, like from the base up to here. It's smaller on the Kubey clips than it is on, I mean, almost any other clip that you get, like budget style clip. So I guess it's hard to see. Well, that Kaiser one is a little smaller. So maybe it was just my... Let's see. This is my... Yeah, see, look. Maybe it was just my Royal. See how compact that is from here to here? That's what I'm talking about. So then you get caught on that little bump because the clip isn't seated in. So this one might be fine. Let me test this out. It catches a little bit, but it's definitely better than the Royal because the Royal, you get caught on that lip real easy. It's not the end of the world. You just shove your finger, you just shove the knife past it, but I want to point it out, obviously. So you kind of have to get in between the finger grooves to get to the fuller, but it's kind of cool that you can climb up to the top of it, right? Up here and flick it out, or you can climb down here into this groove. Oh. and flick it out. So I'm sure you'd get used to it if you own the knife. I'm not right-handed. Let's see if I can do it. I can do it. Come on, Kev. Bang. Middle ring finger. Oh, come on, righty ring finger, baby. Yeah. It really does shoot out of there. The detent is dialed pretty well. I will say the jimping on the top flipper, I like how the top flipper is designed, but I don't like the jimping. It's a little too soft. It doesn't catch. I slipped over it a couple times already. Now that I'm saying that, I'm not doing it. But so maybe once you get used to the knife, it's fine, right? But yeah, it's pretty fidgety, honestly, because you have different options. And it's pretty ergonomic. I'm surprised it wasn't a more popular model. And perhaps it was. I'm not an aficionado on budget knives. And I recently got into Kubey. So that is the KU2101F in yellow. And then lastly, we have the KU0555D in jade with D2 and G10. So probably my least favorite combination of materials on a knife is D2 and JG10, and that is what we have here. Let's check centering on all these, actually. I didn't do that before. We're slightly off to the show side, I'd say, but it's very slight, and there's no play. I mean, I'm wrenching on it. Maybe I feel something, but again, I'm wrenching. No lock rock of any kind. On this guy, we are maybe a hair to the clip side on this one. A little bit of play, so I'm sure if I tighten it down, it would end up going back over to center. Checking for lock rock. All of these are going to be none. All of these are going to be liner locks, you know, with steel liners. It's budget central over here. And here we can compare the G10. This one, maybe a slightest hair to the clip side, but it's pretty close. And this is JG10 right here, easily dyed. It's natural G10. And this is the yellow. And you can see it's very similar in terms of translucence and everything. And that's kind of what I was getting at. You can kind of see the liners through there. You can do the same here. A little bit. It's hard to tell because the liners are... These scales are a little thick, but down here you can see it a little bit in the right light. So I'm sure this would dye really easy as well, but don't hold me to that. I'm not a modder. I'm not an expert on that. This clip looks a little better as well. They look pretty much the same in terms of that ramp I was talking about. See that? Yeah. Not ramp, I mean just the clearance. So this one's a flipper only, which is interesting. And the detent is not very good. So I'm feeling a little bit of detent lash. Hear that? And if you go to just flip it, it flips. You do have a sort of choil here, but man, that's really tight. If you have fingers, I don't even have fat fingers, and this feels really tight, but it would work if you kind of squeeze back here. This is a Max Tukchuk design, who is the guy who worked with LTK on his Vandal model. The action on it's pretty good on the close. Again, the detent's a little soft, but, you know, if you give it something, and I'm sure you could adjust this, a little bit of pivot adjustment and everything, it would probably be even better. This is fresh from factory, and I don't know how long it sat at White Mountain Knives, because it sucks that detent in pretty good. Watch. You hear that? But it comes out pretty light. It's weird. So I don't know. But it's easily flicked like that. You can push button it. That's a light switch. You kind of have to light switch it the way the flipper is. Can't really push button it. But that light switch feels good. I barely get all four back here. But it feels pretty good. It's not bad, right? Yeah, it's pretty ergonomic. The blade, it's really oily, by the way. I just want to mention that. There's no play, no rock of any kind, so that's good. decent stock there. It is not a full flat, but it's close. Edge feels pretty good, so definitely a serviceable budget knife, right? And as a giveaway knife, I think it's pretty solid. I think somebody's going to be happy with this guy. It's got a cool blade shape. I do like that. Very sort of unique in my opinion. It's a drop point, but just different. I don't know. I like it. Liners are cool. Lockup looks good. Again, closing action, very smooth. So yeah, I like this one a lot too. This is the KU0555D. All right, so those are the 3 knives I have left to be given away right now for live streams and such. And I have more coming right now, actually, like 5 more. One of them is already given away. It's a Mylea. I got this, and I absolutely loved it. So I ordered one for giveaway. I also have a Mylea regular size White Mountain Knives exclusive version coming. And then I have some random stuff. I think there's like a Y-Start and something else I can't remember. Sort of very budgety stuff. And then I think maybe a Kubey or 2, something like that. But there's 5 of them coming. Maybe I'll do a video on those just to show you guys what's going to be given away in the near future. Tune into the live streams every Thursday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on my channel is Lefty Live. We have an absolute blast on there. And we do every other Saturday, we do On the Edge. And that's obviously very fun. That one I do with Chris from Grady's Gear and Kyle from D2M Knives and Gear, although Kyle's been pretty absent lately. We hope to get our brother back soon. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.